for a loss of a couple. Kansas State pushing the pace.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
Fires to the right. He's got it. They finally get to him. But what a play there to pick up the first down.
Well, there's an example of how this tight end could be a big weapon in the passing game. That time on the corner route. Does a nice job separating from the defender and hauling in the catch.
One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning turkey bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this? Makes the catch, and a huge play on the left side.
Well, this quarterback has found a really nice rhythm here on this drive. He just looks dialed in. He's doing a great job in the pre-snap, seeing the safety rotation, and that time saw the one-on-one matchup to take a shot, and he hit it. He's in a really, really nice groove right now.
He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Johnson looking to throw. Dances away to buy time. Headed to the end zone, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Kansas State. After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into him.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. But this was step one to getting them back in the ballgame.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished it off with a 14-yard run for the score. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Going right to work up top. Going over the top. Finds a spot down the gut of the knee. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. Jumped the gun just a bit, and we've got a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The offense lining up for a first down play. Wants to adjust the pattern. Back to throw, it's Beck. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Makes the catch on the left. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Cyclones!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well and not give back that last score. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Handoff to the lone back. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. They'll give it to the back. Got the first down and more. Got a lot of room to the right. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Touchdown, Wildcats. He got loose and it was lights out after that.
Offensive line, give me a crack, I'll do the rest. How about the Jets, the speed? He just turns it on, going 70-plus to the house. What a huge play by the running back.
And the point after is good. So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive. Fielded in the end zone, it's Green. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Here's the handoff. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 for the first down.
And a great job by the offensive line. You're going to run the ball right up the middle. You better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center of the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get.
Going for the big play. Wide open, he makes the catch. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Iowa State.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he makes the extra point. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a two-play drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone. It's Grove. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Johnson wants to throw it. Moves around to clear up the vision. He'll try to do it himself. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33, and that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back. He's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick them up and put them down. And I'm faster than most of your other guys, too, so good luck stopping me.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. And the Wildcats want to move quickly.
Well, you got to be able to turn the page quickly on defense. Just gave up a first down on the ground, but here comes tempo. You've got to get lined up.
Unleashes one. Got it in the middle. It's Edwards. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. This is the kind of performance, guys, that sort of etches your name in the lore of a rivalry.
And playing big in this big moment, on this big stage, it is so nice to have a playmaker like that you can highlight, that you can focus.
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
They'll snap it from the 10 for the first play of this drive. Wide receiver comes in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2. The Cyclones with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. To the air, it's Beck. He fires one deep down the right side.
I know it was incomplete. I'm okay with it. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm going to keep taking shots down the field. I'm going to make him honor that deep ball. I'll hit some of those before the game's over.
And the Cyclones are way behind the sticks on this 3rd and forever. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll throw it. Finds his back in the middle. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. Well, this head coach is clearly sending a message. He clearly doesn't believe in punting, going for it this close to his own end zone. Quarterback making adjustments. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Makes a grab past the marker. They'll guide him out of bounds down at the 25-yard line. The Cyclones have it with a 1st and 10. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
Oh, man, the coach might want to think about putting this defender on offense. He almost dragged his toe in bounds. That was almost an interception. Nice job.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Going up top again. Finds his man. It's Sowell. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. The run from the shotgun. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
He uncorks a laser deep down the middle.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
Dropping back, it's Beck. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
I got to be honest, guys. I know there are a lot of people out there with this field position that would say punt the football, but based on the success they've had early in this game with 3 touchdowns already, playing with confidence, I think I'd just go for it.
And the Cyclones will punt this one away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. And the ball will bounce at the 4 and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Defense showing blitz, trying to rattle this quarterback. Floating away. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
I don't care how talented you are as a quarterback, but your accuracy always goes down when you get hit. Nice job by the QB, scrambling, working to his right, but he wasn't completing that pass with that pressure.
On the move, he fires. Got him downfield. Finally forced out of bounds, maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Wants to throw on first down. Nowhere to go with it all, and down he goes at the 39. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down. Johnson looking to throw. That's caught. It's Brown. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up second and 5, third and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. They'll lead the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on down.
Tell you what, coaches catch heat a lot nowadays, especially on social media. I expect him to catch a lot of heat. Fourth down, long yardage situation on your own territory, and you want to go for it, and you fail, and you're surprised. You definitely shouldn't be surprised. Just don't check the mentions, dog.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Well, after getting the takeaway now, you're in the fringe area just outside the red zone. The offense trying to stay aggressive. They're throwing it right away, seeing if they can catch the defense sleeping after now just coming on the field. But give the defense credit. They were aware. They were ready for it. Made sure that one fell incomplete.
Handoff to the lone back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Looking to pass, it's Beck. Going for it all. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're fourth and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Offense changing the play. On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Looking down the middle. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more snap coming before halftime. From the gun. Bringing the heat. Touchdown, Cyclones! The offense cashing it in on that drive.
I gotta tell you, this offense has done some really good things here in this first half, and that was so critical. Scoring on their last possession of the half, they're padding their lead, and they put so much pressure now on the opponent.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they split the uprights on the extra point. They're up 35-14. And that'll do it. Here in the second quarter, halftime has arrived, and we head to the studio. The Cyclones will boot it away to start the second half. Coming out with it, it's Grove. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Johnson wants to throw it. Looking left. He makes a catch. He's loose. Oh, out of space. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30+. The Wildcats headed quickly to the line. To the air on first down. Throws toward the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Kansas State!
And how about the offense? They spread them out. Everybody spread wide. Easier to read a defense when you do that. They find the matchup they want, and they get rewarded with the score.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point is good, but they still trail 35-21. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off.
Kansas State, 21.
Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
Well, great job by the hands team receiving there. They're able to spot the kick, fall on it, make sure they keep possession, secure it. Nice job.
Iowa State sending the offense back out. And after that last score, this is just a 2-possession game now, and they'll be looking to find some cushion on this drive. Gets it out fast. He'll step out of bounds. He's at the 33-yard line.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with that catch.
And the Cyclones come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Now the play fake. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. After the incompletion on second down, it's 3rd and inches. Send the tight end in motion. Oh, the defense moved in there too quickly. You think it's never going to work until it does, and that'll be a first down. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Off-play action on first down. Buys a little extra time. The throw. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. They'll try to get outside. Knocked down after a gain of 1 to the 27.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
Off-play action. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action.
So here they come going for it on 4th and long. The aftershocks of that earlier sack still reverberating. Making side adjustments here. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Throws to the wideout. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Return takes it down to the 27-yard line as this defense is hungry for turnovers.
A lot of quarterbacks quarterbacks have so much confidence that they can fit the ball in tight windows. How about the defensive player right here making an unbelievable interception, forcing the turnover, big play, big momentum swing.
Johnson looking to throw. Trying to escape and get it himself. Able to get... a few before sliding to avoid the hit.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't. And he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Really nice job by the quarterback understanding I needed to throw this ball hard. Like, I got to fit it in there tight. And a nice job by the wide receiver wearing it, because he really didn't have a choice, because he was going to wear that one regardless.
Got his man. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you can tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
With the catch, it's Brown. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
And the Wildcats are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Oh, they're after him. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line.
And how about the awareness by this guy on 3rd down, a scramble play. Everything's breaking down, but he never panics, and also knows exactly where he needs to get to pick up that first down. It's 3rd. I can't slide early. I can't run out of bounds. I'm probably going to have to put my body on the line here and take a big hit and risk that to get this first. That's a big-time leadership play by the quarterback.
And this defense is dialed in. This is fun to watch. The pass defense all being on the string, understanding their responsibilities, almost had another interception there. They are hunting the football.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Johnson wants to throw it. Fires to the wideout. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away, because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Three straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He'll heave it deep. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. They think they can create space here, but the run to the right. Got behind those pads and picked up 3 out to the 35.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
To the air, it's Beck. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
I personally love aggressive defense. I love it. Bringing the strong safety down, blitzing that sucker in there to get the quarterback. Boom. Get that guy on the ground. Nice aggressive play call by the defense.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
This offense believes you are given 4 downs for a reason. You've got to use all of them. 2 for 3 so far today. Throws to the wideout. He's got it. 1st down and more. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. The definition of 4-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere. Just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do. But maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the 1st down. Nothing to worry about.
Kansas State, 21.
They go back to work in the final period of this one. Leaves it with the back. And he runs into a wall. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock. And they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
Looking for a man. It's Beck. He hurls one deep down the left side. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a 4th down.
Oftentimes as a quarterback, when you have success early, you earn the right to take more shots. I think that's what you're seeing now in this game. We're here late. They're still throwing it deep because this quarterback's thrown 3 touchdown passes. He's proven to his coach that he can get it done and he can make the right decisions and not put his offense in harm's way. And that's why you're still seeing them throw it vertically downfield.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Can't make the catch, and the defense will force the turnover on downs.
Well, you're up by 2 possessions in the 4th quarter. They're hoping with that conversion they ice the game. They don't get it. Feels like they're going to win, but we've seen crazy things happen in college football, and they've left the door open here late. Let's see what happens.
Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. He's not afraid to go deep. He's got it. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. 1st and goal from the 9. And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. Out of the gun, looking to throw. Looking to get it in. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. Kansas State quick to the line. Johnson looking to throw. Now adjusting. He wants it all. Touchdown, Wildcats! And the comeback is on.
And this quarterback really does a great job of seeing the defense, seeing what kind of coverage they're in. And I think when this offense goes empty and they spread the defense out, it just makes it so much more simple for the QB to see what the defense is doing pre-snap and then post-snap. You can tell he's playing in a great rhythm right now because he's seeing the field, and these empty sets are really helping him out.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Green. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This drive will open from the 15. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Iowa State.
They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Pushes ahead for 2. They'll mark it at the 17.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Well, I like the idea by the offensive play caller here, and you're trying to get aggressive, you're trying to find a chunk play, but that time, QB and receiver can't hook up.
The crowd elevating its energy, willing this defense to get a stop on this big 3rd down. Back to pass, it's Beck. Caught near the sticks, it's Green. So important to convert these 3rd downs, and they get it done. They'll have it at the 42.
Nice job executing the 4-minute offense. You know, they practice this throughout the week, having a lead late in the game, running plays to just get enough to get first downs to stay on the field, and they're executing this 4-minute offense to perfection.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Sends it downfield. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Well, what a play by the defense. They're trailing here in the 4th quarter by 1 possession. Able to steal it away now and put their offense in position to at least go tie this game.
This drive will get started from the 37-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Incomplete, and man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
And man, did the defense just miss an opportunity that they could have turned the lights out with the lead, get the football back here. Missed opportunity. Maybe this offense now can take advantage and swing some momentum in this football game.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Time to take a shot. And he's got it inside the 35. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Kansas State.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
Setting up for the extra point and the top. And no problem on that extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the 4th. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner goes down. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Looking downfield, it's Beck. Quickly complete. Moving past the 25. Steps out of bounds across the 25. They'll mark it at the 26, and a good pickup for this offense here. Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. The give on the inside. Coaches talk about running with violence, running with bad intentions. That's what that looks like as he gets it up to the 32. After trying the running game, let's see if they do it again on 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He's got it out to the 37 after gaining 5.
A nice job on 2nd down. Maybe you're expecting a pass, but sticking the run in there, catching them off balance a little bit, getting a big gain, getting the 1st down.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the 2nd half. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Grabs it inside the 15. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14. The Cyclones getting set on 1st and 10. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Floats it out in space. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Takes the handoff. It's Hansen. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Motion from the wide receiver. On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. The defense calls the timeout. They're 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Tie game here late in the 4th. They want to control the ball, and they're not going to punt it away. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Incomplete pass, and the defense comes up big, and they take over.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
First play of the drive will come from the 9-yard line. Johnson wants to throw it. Fires on the move. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
And I'm so interested to see how this young man responds, man. Like, he has been really good all game long. Put up some big numbers, but now it's prime time. It's a big moment. Can he step up in this spotlight, make a big drive, make a big play for his team to maybe go win this football game?
And they can't hook up, going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
This is a big third down for this offense, man. I'm really interested to see how they attack, because this defense, you can tell, man, they're going to continue to play aggressive. Late in the football game, they want to get a stop, get the ball back to their offense. A good chess match going on right now.
He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Looking downfield on first down. Pressure coming. Crosses the 45. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down. The Wildcats in the hurry up. Wants to throw on first down. Buying some time. Throwing on the run. And it's intercepted. Oh, what a big play in a tie game.
I get it. It's the fourth quarter. It's a tie game. I need to go out and make a play offensively. I'll tell you what, I'm going to be on the sideline now after that interception. As a quarterback, I'm like, please, defense, please go out there and bail me out. Give me another opportunity to go take the lead and win this ball game.
They get the timeout called. 11 seconds remaining to play. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Leaves it with the back. It's these little moments like that that can help an offense as he gets it up to the 16-yard line. First play of the first possession of OT. Johnson looking to throw. Fires toward the end zone. If he houses this, it's ball game. Taking it the other way. He goes out of bounds, but he just about did it himself. What a return after the interception.
That's number 2. That's a good year for a lot of people. What a day. Having 2 interceptions already. I might try my hand on the other guy. This guy is not somebody I want to mess with.
First down, and they'll win it with any kind of score here in overtime. Give to the running back. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Quarterback may change this route. Wants to go up top. A shot toward the end zone. Almost had the huge interception there. Man, what a change that would have been. Instead, we're looking at third down. Third down, any kind of score wins it. They want to make sure they stay in position for their kicker. It's a draw. He's brought down, good pickup on the play, but not quite to the 15-yard line. That's where he had to get for the first down. So here comes the field goal team, and they'll kick for the win. Defense will call a timeout. They got a peek at the formation, want to make sure they're in the right call on this big down here in overtime. They'll try to win it with a field goal right here. Right down the middle. The kick is good. A game winner in overtime.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Guys, if you want to go strictly by the rankings, I guess this was an upset, but to my eyes, we saw two really good teams slug it out, and one of them came out on top.
Yeah, two really good teams, man. That's a reason why they're both ranked. They're both really good, and I tell you what, getting this win proves something to everyone else now. Like, I was ranked below this squad. You beat a team that's ranked above you. Now you start to climb up the charts, build some momentum. This squad's about to get some more respect, Ballman.
I think good teams find ways to win games, especially in a game like this. Two ranked opponents evenly matched. Who's going to be able to make the plays when it matters the most? You got to give this team credit. This is a big win. It's impressive, and now they get to move up the rankings.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.